What is the meaning of the verb turn out?
When people, companies, factories, workshops, and so on turn out something, they manufacture it or produce it. This new factory will turn out 50,000 units per year.
What is the meaning of the verb bring back?
When you take something to another place and then bring it from that place to the place where you were before, you bring it back. I told Tom to bring my pen right back.
What is the meaning of the verb put up?
When you move something to a higher level, you put it up. He aimed the gun at me and said, "Put your hands up or I'll shoot."
What is the meaning of the verb get through informal?
When you get something through someone's head. You make that person understand your opinion or point of view. When you get something through your own head, you understand it? When are you going to get it through your head that our marriage is over?
What is the meaning of the verb point out?
When you bring things or people to someone's attention or indicate the location. Of things or people with your hand or index finger, you point them out. General Johnston showed the satellite photo to the reporter and pointed out the enemy tanks.
What is the meaning of the verb take off?
When you reduce the price of something that is for sale by a certain amount. You take that amount off the price. The car dealer took $2,000 off the list price.
What is the meaning of the verb cut up?
When you use a knife or pair of scissors to cut something. So that there are many small pieces, you cut it up. I was so angry at her that I cut her picture up and flushed it down the toilet.
What is the meaning of the verb freak out informal?
When you freak out, you become very upset or very angry. When you freak other people out, you cause them to become very upset or very angry. Melanie freaked out when she learned that her husband had been arrested for murder.
What is the meaning of the verb get to?
When you get to something that you want or need to do, you find the time to do it. When you get to work, you start working. You've wasted the entire morning. When are you going to get to work?
What is the meaning of the verb tear down?
When you tear down a building, you deliberately and completely destroy it. They tore so many old buildings down in my hometown that I barely recognize it.
What is the meaning of the verb look down on?
When you look down on people, you consider them to be less intelligent. Less educated, or from a lower level of society than you. Looking down on people because of things they have no control over is stupid.
What is the meaning of the verb get over?
When something happens that surprises you or makes you angry. And you cannot stop thinking about it, you cannot get over it. Elle can't get over seeing my ex-wife with her new husband.
What is the meaning of the verb stress out informal?
When people or things stress you out, they make you worried, nervous, or tense. Sally's sister has to take care of quadruplets all day without any help. That must stress her out.
What is the meaning of the verb get away?
When you get away, you go on vacation. I have a lot of work to do, but I'll try to get away for a week or two.
What is the meaning of the verb fill out?
When you fill out a form, you put information in the correct spaces. Fill in is the same as fill out. Fill the withdrawal slip out and give it to the teller.
What is the meaning of the verb break down?
When something mechanical breaks down, it does not function. This photocopier is a piece of junk, it breaks down every day.
What is the meaning of the verb go by?
When you go by a place, you go there so that you can do something or get something. You can forget about going by the dry cleaner to pick up your stuff, it's closed.
What is the meaning of the verb go in?
When something goes in or goes into a place, container, enclosure. And so on, it belongs there, fits there, or can be put there. All those clothes will never go in this small suitcase.
What is the meaning of the verb blow away?
When the wind moves something away from where it was, it blows it away. Don't leave the newspaper outside. The wind will blow it away. The picnic wasn't much fun. It was really windy. And everything kept blowing away.
What is the meaning of the verb run across?
When you run across people or things, you see or find them without planning or expecting to. Come across is similar to run across. I don't go to that supermarket anymore because I may run across my ex-husband. Bob ran across one of his army buddies at the baseball game.
What is the meaning of the verb catch on?
When a fashion or habit becomes popular and is adopted by many people, it catches on. When a product or service becomes popular and is used or bought by many people, it catches on. If his striped business suits catch on, the designer will become famous.
What is the meaning of the verb put out?
When you put yourself out, you try very hard to help someone. Don't put yourself out. I can make my own dinner.
What is the meaning of the verb cover up?
When you cover up a crime, you do something to try to prevent other people from learning of it. The mayor was accused of covering up his ties to organized crime.
What is the meaning of the verb break down?
When an arrangement, agreement, negotiation, plan, or marriage breaks down. One or more persons involved is not cooperating or participating because of a disagreement or problem. The peace negotiations broke down because neither side was willing to compromise.
What is the meaning of the verb get on?
When you move your body towards something and stand, sit, or lie on it, you get on it. If you get on that chair you can reach the top shelf.
What is the meaning of the verb break up?
When something breaks into smaller pieces, it breaks up. When you break something into smaller pieces, you break it up. Sally broke the cookie up before giving it to her baby.
What is the meaning of the verb get through?
When something gets you through a difficult experience, it comforts and supports you. Julia's faith in God was what got her through the loss of her husband.
What is the meaning of the verb take back, to?
When something reminds you of a place where you were in the past or of something you experienced in the past. It takes you back or takes you back to a time in the past. Looking through my high school yearbook sure takes me back.
What is the meaning of the verb wipe up?
When you completely remove a liquid from a surface by moving a towel. Or sponge across it with a sweeping motion, you wipe the liquid up. Wipe up is similar to wipe off, however, you wipe up a liquid. But you wipe off the surface the liquid is on. You'd better wipe up the water on the bathroom floor before someone falls.
What is the meaning of the verb catch on, to?
When you catch on or catch on to people, you realize that they are trying to trick or cheat you. If you keep lying to everyone, they'll eventually catch on.
What is the meaning of the verb knock over?
When you knock people or things over, you use force to make them fall to a horizontal position. The force of the explosion knocked me over.
What is the meaning of the verb hang out informal?
When you hang out at a place, you spend time there without any important purpose. Hang around is similar to hang out. I don't have any place to go. Do you mind if I hang out here for a while?
What is the meaning of the verb end up?
When people or things end up in a place. This place is where their journey ends even though the outcome may have been unplanned or unexpected. How did London Bridge end up in Arizona?
What is the meaning of the verb hand over, to?
When you give something to people because they demand it, because they require it. Or because you are not its rightful owner, you hand it over or hand it over to them. Turn over is similar to hand over. That's my calculator, hand it right over.
What is the meaning of the verb give up?
When you stop doing something you do regularly, such as a sport or a job, you give it up. I had to give up my second job because I was so exhausted all the time.
What is the meaning of the verb lay down?
When you lay down a new law, policy, rule, and so on, you create and announce it. Congress decided against laying down any new campaign financing laws.
What is the meaning of the verb leave behind?
When you move, learn, or work faster than others in your group, you leave them behind. My husband walks so fast that he always leaves me behind.
What is the meaning of the verb see about?
When you are upset about a change or a new policy. And you want to say that you will take some action or talk to someone in authority to prevent or reverse the change or new policy. You say I'll see about that or we'll see about that. Those crooks in City Hall want to double my real estate taxes.
What is the meaning of the verb come on always continuous?
When you begin to feel a headache or an illness developing, you feel the headache or illness coming on. I might be sick tomorrow, I feel something coming on.
What is the meaning of the verb fall apart?
When people suddenly lose control and start laughing or become very upset or emotional, they fall apart. Tom was so funny at the party last night that I just fell apart laughing.
What is the meaning of the verb set up informal?
When you commit a crime but make it appear that another. Innocent person is guilty of the crime, you set the innocent person up. Joe robbed the bank and tried to set me up by leaving some of the stolen money in my apartment and then telling the police about it. The detective didn't believe me when I told him I was set up.
What is the meaning of the verb put up?
When you fight, resist, or argue against something, you put up a fight or put up resistance. The union put up a fight when the company tried to lay off workers.
What is the meaning of the verb get inland to?
When you get in or get into a place, building, room, car, boat, and so on, you enter it. Get in the car. We're going now.
What is the meaning of the verb put on?
When you organize or perform something for other people's entertainment. Such as a play or a concert, you put it on. The club put on a show to raise money for the party.
What is the meaning of the verb pay up?
When you pay up, you pay all the money you owe to a person. Bank, and so on, usually as a result of pressure to pay the money. A guy from the collection agency called and told me I'd better pay up.
What is the meaning of the verb make out, on?
When you make out or make out on something. You do something successfully or survive a situation even though it may be difficult. Even though Jerry has lost his job, we'll make out somehow.
What is the meaning of the verb believe in?
When you believe in something, you think it exists. Ned is an atheist, he doesn't believe in God.
What is the meaning of the verb fall through?
When people or things drop through an opening from one side to the other side, they fall through. The roofer had fallen through a hole in the roof.
What is the meaning of the verb come up?
When something unexpected happens that requires further attention, it comes up. Until this situation came up, we were having a nice, relaxing weekend.
What is the meaning of the verb come back, toll from?
When people return to a place where you are. They come back or come back to that place or come back from the place where they were before. Todd went to Florida thinking it would be hot and sunny. But he came back talking about how cold and rainy it was.
What is the meaning of the verb let inland to?
When an opening, such as a window, door, hole, crack, and so on, allows something to enter, it lets it in. The hole in the screen is letting the mosquitoes into the house.
What is the meaning of the verb see about?
When you talk to someone to get permission for something or to arrange something. You see about it or see someone about it? The carpet in my office is filthy.
What is the meaning of the verb take over, for?
When you start to do a job or some work that other people are doing in order to allow them to. Take a break or because the previous shift has ended and a new shift has begun, you take over. When you assume an obligation or accept responsibility from someone, you take it over. When Linda was sick, she couldn't care for her children. So her sister took over for her until she was well again.
What is the meaning of the verb fill up?
When a room or other area fills up, people enter it until it is full. The dance floor filled up quickly when the band began to play.
What is the meaning of the verb cross off?
When you cross something off a list, you draw a line through it to remove it from the list. Why was my name crossed off the invitation list?
What is the meaning of the verb keep up with?
When you can understand and respond to a situation that is changing. You are able to keep up with the situation. Computer technology is changing so fast. How can anyone keep up with it?
What is the meaning of the verb hold out?
When you hold out your hand, you extend it in front of your body so. That someone can shake hands with you or put something in your hand. Hold out is similar to put out. Maybe Mr. Young is mad at me. I held out my hand, but he didn't shake it.
What is the meaning of the verb stand up?
When you stand up, you change from a sitting position to a standing position. Get up is similar to stand up. When the students are sleepy, the teacher makes them stand up.
What is the meaning of the verb keep to?
When you keep to the right or left, you continue moving to the right or left. When you pass a big red barn on the highway, keep to the right, the exit is right after the barn.
What is the meaning of the verb wrap up?
When you enclose an object in some kind of paper. Usually gift wrapping paper or packaging paper, you wrap it up. I have to wrap this gift up before I go to the party.
What is the meaning of the verb wear down?
When people wear you down, they gradually persuade you. Through persistent pressure, to change your mind about a decision. He wouldn't tell me the answer, but little by little, I wore him down.
What is the meaning of the verb get away from?
When you get away from people or places, you leave them even though it may be difficult. I'm tired of this town. I need to get away.
What is the meaning of the verb lighten up, on, informal?
When you lighten up or lighten up on people, you become less harsh or less strict in your treatment of them. You've been criticizing me all day. Will you please lighten up?
What is the meaning of the verb come from?
When you come from a place, you were born there or lived there previously. When you come from a family or a social situation. Your past experience helps to explain your present attitudes and behavior. Mike comes from Alaska, so he's used to cold weather.
What is the meaning of the verb back down?
When one side in a disagreement stops making threats and lets the other have what it wants or do what it wants. The side that stops making threats backs down. The dictator didn't back down after the United Nations Security Council voted in favor of sending in troops.
What is the meaning of the verb open up?
When you open a room or building up, you unlock or open the doors so that people can enter. The office closes at 12 o'clock for lunch and opens back up at 1 o'clock.
What is the meaning of the verb pick up?
When you pick something up in a store, you quickly go into a store to buy something you need. Could you pick a loaf of bread up on your way over?
What is the meaning of the verb take out, of?
When you take money out or take money out of a bank or a bank account, you withdraw the money. Put in is the opposite of take out. Nicole's at the bank taking $1,000 out.
What is the meaning of the verb shut up, about, informal?
When people stop talking, they shut up or shut up about something they are talking about. When you are angry and want people to stop talking, you tell them to shut up. Marvin talks and talks and talks, he never shuts up.
What is the meaning of the verb get off?
When you get off a bus, airplane, or train, you leave it. The bus stopped and I got off.
What is the meaning of the verb run across?
When people or things run across a place, room, or building, they move from one side to the other very quickly. The receiver ran across the field and caught the ball.
What is the meaning of the verb hand in, to?
When you give something to a person of authority who has demanded it or because you no longer need or want it. You hand it in or hand it in to a person of authority. Turn in is similar to hand in. The guard was ordered to hand his gun in after he shot the window washer.
What is the meaning of the verb piss off, informal and offensive to some people?
When you make people angry, you piss them off. You'd better stop that. You're pissing me off.
What is the meaning of the verb have on?
When you wear something, such as an item of clothing, perfume, or cosmetics, you have it on. I didn't have a raincoat on, and I got all wet.
What is the meaning of the verb stop off, Atlan?
When you stop off at a place or stop off in an area on the way to another place. You stop there briefly before continuing your journey. Elle would have stopped off at Sally's house this morning, but I was late for work.
What is the meaning of the verb live with?
When you live with shame, guilt, or a painful memory. You continue with your life in spite of the shame, guilt, or painful memory. He said he couldn't go on living with the knowledge that he had caused the death of 14 innocent people.
What is the meaning of the verb get up?
When you change from a sitting or lying position to a standing position, you get up. Stand up is similar to get up. The teacher told the sleeping students to get up.
What is the meaning of the verb fall for?
When someone successfully tricks or deceives you, you fall for the trick or deception, or you fall for it. I feel like an idiot. The salesman promised me it was a real diamond, not glass, and I fell for it.
What is the meaning of the verb lighten up, on, informal?
When you lighten up or lighten up on people, you become less harsh or less strict in your treatment of them. You're awfully hard on your daughter. Maybe you ought to lighten up on her.
What is the meaning of the verb wipe off?
When you completely remove a liquid from a surface by moving a towel. Or sponge across it with a sweeping motion, you wipe the surface off. You can either wipe off something that is wet or wipe off the liquid. Wipe up is similar to wipe off, however, you wipe up a liquid. But you wipe off the surface the liquid is on. Wipe off your face.
What is the meaning of the verb take back, to?
When you take something back or take something back to a place, you take it to where it was before. Do you usually take the shopping carts back after you've put your groceries in your car?
What is the meaning of the verb take back, to?
When something reminds you of a place where you were in the past or of something you experienced in the past. It takes you back or takes you back to a time in the past. My grandfather found his old uniform in the attic. And he said it took him back to when he was stationed in England during the war.
What is the meaning of the verb bump into?
When you meet people unexpectedly or unintentionally, you bump into them. Run into is the same as bump into. Bumping into one of my neighbors while I was in Rome sure was a surprise.
What is the meaning of the verb stick with?
When you stick with something that you use, you continue to use it. My wife wants me to switch to decaffeinated coffee, but I'm going to stick with regular.
What is the meaning of the verb piss off, informal and offensive to some people?
When you make people angry, you piss them off. Don't make a lot of noise when Mark is trying to study, it pisses him off.
What is the meaning of the verb straighten out?
When you straighten out a confused situation or misunderstanding. You take steps to make it understandable and satisfactory to everyone involved. Sort out is similar to straighten out. Save your questions for the meeting. Everything will be straightened out then.
What is the meaning of the verb goon?
When people go on, they continue doing something. Sometimes, on is repeated for emphasis. I told him to stop talking, but he went on and on and on and on.
What is the meaning of the verb fall for?
When you suddenly feel a strong attraction to someone or something, you fall for that person or thing. Jim met Sam's sister last week, and now he calls her every day. I guess he really fell for her in a big way.
What is the meaning of the verb put inland to?
When you put something in or put something into a container. Storage place, or building, you place it inside. Take out is the opposite of put inland to. The clerk put the bottle into the bag and gave me a receipt.
What is the meaning of the verb check in?
When you give your luggage to an airline agent so that it will be carried in. The baggage compartment rather than the passenger compartment, you check it in. That bag is too big for carry-on, you'll have to check it in.
What is the meaning of the verb get away from?
When you get away from people or places, you leave them even though it may be difficult. Frank was talking and talking, and I couldn't get away from him.
What is the meaning of the verb come up?
When a new topic is introduced into a conversation, it comes up. I don't agree with Jim about anything, so if politics comes up, I just leave the room.
What is the meaning of the verb head toward?
When you head toward a certain location, you move toward it. When you say that you are headed toward or are heading toward a certain location. You mean that you are planning to go there or that you are going there but have interrupted your journey and will resume it. Head for is the same as head toward. The escaped convicts must have headed toward Mexico.
What is the meaning of the verb burst out?
When you burst out laughing or crying, you begin laughing or crying loudly and suddenly. When Sam heard the news, he burst out crying.
What is the meaning of the verb knock out?
When you try very hard to please other people, you knock yourself out or knock yourself out to do something. Marcia's Thanksgiving dinner was fabulous. She really knocked herself out.
What is the meaning of the verb put down, on/for?
When you add something to a list or other written material, you put it down or put it down on the list. I'm making a list of volunteers to help re-elect Senator Doolittle. Can I put your name down on the list?
What is the meaning of the verb go ahead?
When you tell people to go ahead, you tell them to do something without any further delay or hesitation. Yes, go ahead and leave work early. It's no problem.
What is the meaning of the verb believe in?
When you believe in something, you think it exists. Do you believe in ghosts?
What is the meaning of the verb go out, with?
When two people with a romantic interest in each other go out. They go together to a place of entertainment in order to have fun and spend time together. Sally and Jim went out for 3 years before they got married.
What is the meaning of the verb screw up informal?
When you damage something or do something wrong or badly, you screw up or you screw up what you are doing. I tried to fix my computer, but I couldn't do it, and I just screwed it up instead.
What is the meaning of the verb come out, of?
When things or people go through an experience or treatment. The condition they are left in by that experience or treatment or the result of that experience or treatment is how they come out. How did the investigation come out?
What is the meaning of the verb catch up, with?
When you move faster and reach the same level or place as people who had been. Moving faster or doing better than you were, you catch up or catch up with them. We left an hour before Luis, but he drove fast and quickly caught up.
What is the meaning of the verb pick up?
When you go to a place to get something that was created. Prepared, or left for you and is now ready, you pick it up. The travel agent said I could pick the tickets up tomorrow.
What is the meaning of the verb stick up?
When you put something, such as a picture, sign, or notice, in a place where people can see it, you stick it up. Sam stuck a notice up about his lost dog.
What is the meaning of the verb get along?
When you are able to do some sort of work without any serious problems, you get along. How are you getting along in your new job?
What is the meaning of the verb let off?
When you fire a gun or explode bombs or fireworks, you let them off. Regional, when you let off steam. You express angry feelings or frustration or do something to relieve those feelings. I'm sorry I was so angry this morning, I was just letting off steam.
What is the meaning of the verb live with?
When you live with a disease or other problem, you endure or put up with it. T can't change the situation, so I'll just have to learn to live with it.
What is the meaning of the verb run out?
When something is completely used, consumed, or sold, it runs out. My brother is too lazy to look for a job. He asks me for money, and when the money runs out he comes back for more.
What is the meaning of the verb check out, of?
When you pay your bill, return your key, and leave a hotel, you check out or check out of the hotel. MRS. Gorsha checked out of her hotel and took a taxi to the airport.
What is the meaning of the verb screw up informal?
When you damage something or do something wrong or badly, you screw up or you screw up what you are doing. Mark sent his wife a letter that he wrote to his girlfriend. He sure screwed up.
What is the meaning of the verb give back, to?
When you return something to someone, you give it back. Timmy, give that toy back to your sister right now.
What is the meaning of the verb pay off?
When you pay people money so that they will do something. Illegal or allow you to do something illegal, you pay them off. The politician tried to cover up the crime by paying off the witnesses.
What is the meaning of the verb break up, with?
When two people end a romantic relationship, they break up. When you end a romantic relationship with another person, you break up with that person. When other people cause a couple to break up, they break the couple up. It was Jim's secretary who broke them up.
What is the meaning of the verb come on?
When an electrical device or machine comes on, it begins to operate, usually automatically. Go off is the opposite of come on. It was so cold that the heat came on last night.